The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes, recorded by the Panyaden Year 6 Gryphons.
The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door.
He'd a French cocked hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin, a coat of the claret velvet, and breeches of brown doe skin. They fitted with never a wrinkle, his boots were up to the thigh, and he rode with a jeweled twinkle, his pistol butts a twinkle, his rapier hilt a twinkle, under the jeweled sky.
Over the cobbles he clattered and clashed in the dark inn yard. He tapped with his whip on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. He whistled a tune to the windows, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into a long black hair.
And in the old inn yard a stable wicket creaked, where Tim the ostler listened. His face was white and peaked. His eyes were hollows of madness, his hair like mouldy hay. But he loved the landlord's daughter, the landlord's red-lipped daughter. Dumb as a dog he listened, and heard the robber say,
"One kiss, my bonny sweetheart. I'm after a prize tonight, but I shall be back with the yellow gold before the morning light. Yet if they press me sharply and harry me through the day, then look for me by moonlight, watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way."
He rose upright in the stirrups. He scarce could reach her hand.
But she loosened her hair, and the casement, his face burnt like a brand.
As the black cascade of perfume came tumbling over his breast,
And he kissed its waves in the moonlight.
oh sweet black waves in the moonlight.
Then he tugged at his rent in the moonlight and galloped away to the west.
He did not come in the dawning, he did not come at noon, and out of the tawny sunset before the rise of the moon. When the road was a gypsy's ribbon, looping the purple moor, a red-coat troop came marching, marching, marching. King George's men came marching up to the old inn door.
They said no word to the landlord. They drank his ale instead. But they gaggled his daughter and bound her to the foot of her narrow bed. Two of them knelt at the casement with musket at their side. There was dead at every window, and hell at one dark window, for Bess could see through the casement the road that he would ride.
I tied her up to attention with many a sniggering jest. They bound a musket beside her, with a barrel beneath her breast. "Now, keep good watch," and they kissed her. She heard the dead man say, "Look for the moonlight, watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way."
Twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat or blood. They stretched and strained in the darkness, and the hours crawled by like years, till now on the stroke of midnight. Cold on the stroke of midnight. The tip of one finger touched it, the trigger at least was hers.
The tip of one finger touched it. She strove no more for the rest. Up she stood up to attention with the barrel beneath her breast. She would not risk their hearing. She would not strive again, for the road lay bare in the moonlight, blank and bare in the moonlight, and the blood of her veins in the moonlight throbbed to her love's refrain.
Clot, 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 clot. Had they heard it? The horses' hoofs ringing clear. Clot, 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 clot. In the distance, were they deaf? They did not hear. Down the ribbon of the moonlight, over the barrow of the hill, the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The redcoats looked at their priming. She stood up straight and still.
Tot, in the frosty silence, tot, tot, in the echoing night. Nearer he came and near.
Her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She drew one last deep breath. Then her finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered in the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death.
He turned, he spurred to the west. He did not know who stood, bowed, with her head over the musket, drenched with her own red blood. Not till the dawn he heard it. His face grew grey to hear how best the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there.
Back he spurred like a madman, shrieking across the sky, with the right throat smoking behind him, and his rapier brandished high. Blood red were his spur, aye, the golden noon. Wine red was his velvet coat, when they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway. And he laid in his own blood on the highway, with a bunch of laces at his throat.
Of a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees, and the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed up in the cloudly seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, the highwayman comes riding, riding, riding. A highwayman comes riding up to the old inn door.
Over the cobbles he clatters, and clangs in the darkened yard, and he taps with his whip on the shutters, and all is locked and barred. He whistles a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's daughter, black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye!